Buh. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the ebb. We're ebbing. We're flowing. All that shit. We are currently a level 3 cleric. Alright. Session notes time, which is one of the nicest touches in this game. So, you've woken in a morgue, you've got a goblin sidekick. This is supposed to be a simple job, figure out why a local tea shop exploded. Now you're standing here, the image lingering in the back of your skull. A dead elf. We found a dead elf corpse. Or we found an elf corpse. In the tea shop. There was like a big stone slab and we lifted it up and we found like a charred corpse and it had pointy ears and we're like, holy shit, it's an elf. So it's rare enough to see a live elf. Then there's that weird masked assassin. Yeah, somebody tried to assassinate us. You have no clue who has it out for you, but somebody does. Beyond that, you've also got the owner to track down. From what you've heard about this guy, he could have already left the city, though maybe if you're lucky, you can catch him before he hops on the next ship down on Water Lane. And finally, you descended straight into the city below. Esoteric hallways full of traps, secret traps around every corner, secrets around every corner, monsters crawling up from the depths. Somehow, you just know someone or something is trying to keep you from discovering the truth. You need to keep looking. Search every corner, talk with every person. Look into the political bullshit above and the esoteric madness below. Eventually, you'll find a way forward. Alright. We're gonna ebb. If you don't mind. Whoa. Oh, also, I bought a new water bottle, so if you see me drinking that, I needed to get a big guy. SpongeBob big guy, pants okay. Because I continuously would just rinse through my tiny little water bottle, so I needed a big one. It's also got a fun handle. Straight heated rivalry was filmed where Canucks practice sometimes. They're so cursed. Bro. Listen, I have a soft spot in my heart for the Vancouver Canucks, even though it's not very well founded. Oh boy. Okay, a note next to these says magic items belonging to the deceased. Bracers of Thievery lowers the DC of trifling checks by your proficiency. So I just looted that corpse. What was that? +1 Constitution, +2 Dex. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Give me what that body had. I forgot straight heated rivalry is going to be a thing until I saw the teaser. Wait, I don't know about straight heated rivalry. You're gonna have to send me a link about that. The dead elf. Alright, let's engage with it. The elf's corpse lies motionless on the slab. Take a closer look. Moving it to the Lich House has caused some minor scuff marks, but nothing major. How do they move the corpse? The so-called duck, Viskin, and him performed a corpse retrieval. It's an impressive feat of magic to keep it intact despite the short journey. Okay, Viskin, what you got for me, pal? Tell me about the dead elf. I forgot I need to do voices. Yes, cleric, there are a few points to go over. 6 points of interest to be precise. He hands you a piece of paper with the points on them. Tell me which points you wish to go over. Oh boy, you have control. You like this. The goblin groans. Don't give him choices. We'll be here forever. You should pick the last point first, then go random. Keep him on your toes. Go from 1 to 6 in order. Who cares? Just get through this boring list as quickly as possible. Okay, so point 1, the transfer. Yes, it went fine. The body was ruined, of course, but still intact enough thanks to the charring. That gentle response did what it could. I then had a subordinate carry the corpse wrapped in Yim silk, a special fiber material. With minor damage, the transfer was completed. Point 2, folk identifier. It's an elf, right? Yes, your preliminary assumptions were very much correct. While even the teeth had been ruined, the fangs presented as clear evidence. This is an Ilim elf, one without horns or other bestial alteration. Point 3 just says sex? Yes, sex. Surprisingly difficult to determine in elven folk. Sex would be nice. Not with anyone in this place, though. While funny, this is probably not the best moment to attempt a joke. Oh, so you're not asking? Oh, you're not asking me? The pale man lifts his dead eyes from his documents from a very, very long time. The goblin is looking away. No, cleric, I am not. Let us continue. After much consideration, I've established that this was, at the time of death, a female elf. Good to know, thanks. Point 4, mouth intact. It is. Which means you are able to cast Speak with Dead, cleric. Oh, can't you do that? I am sadly not that powerful, nor authorized to handle such magic. Okay. Point 5, Ilum identity. The elf is clearly of Ilum nature. Getting in contact with the embassy would be smart. Or foolish. I suggest speaking with Nicholas Darrow or his Valkyrie. Yeah, that sounds like trouble. That embassy is on the other side of town. Plus, they're not exactly known to be too welcoming to inquiries. Point 6, hands. Yes, they were quite broken when the corpse arrived here. I'm assuming she held onto something at time of death. Did you take something out of her grasp, cleric? Yes, a gold chain. What about it? Interesting. I was just keeping it in mind as a clue. It was destroyed, sadly. Ah, interesting. Yet it held up until that point. He nods. Point 7, the cause of death. Fire. She was incinerated instantaneously. The final shape of the body informs this judgment. I cannot determine if she sustained any minor damage before, but the way she ended up makes it clear she was moving until the fire erupted. That is all. Point 8, it says clerical compensation. No such point, cleric. What else? He's quick. I have what I need. Right, good. Now listen. Speak with the Dead is a powerful spell. Where can I find it? Straight to the point. Necromancers are rare in the city. Some specialized clerics are taught it, but few are powerful enough to know it innately at 3rd level. However, for lack of a better way to put this, I know a guy. Tell me of this guy of yours. His name is Bondeval. He is, or was, an arcanist, a pupil of the fortress of Verdun, if you believe the rumors. A cursed and evil place you've heard about in stories since you were a child. Surely this is a necromancer. So a necromancer? Bondeval is an eccentric fellow. You may find him down in the crypts. Alright, I'll go look for him. If you treat him well, he will surely share his knowledge with you. Once you are in the crypts, one of the western coffins has a handle that may be rotated. Do so, then pull. His private area will then be revealed. Sounds esoteric. It is, in fact, an entirely mechanical endeavor. I did not install it myself. Once you've learned to speak with dead, return and cast it on the corpse. He leans back and nods. That is all. Anything else you need, cleric? Thank you, bye. Okay, so I think the crypts. Would that be underneath the church? I think so. Any Canadians want a today-only coupon for a 40% off pizza? Ooh. Maybe not. Maybe not today. Maybe somebody else. But thank you for offering. So yeah, it might be below here where Duck is. Oh, Duck's back here now. Hey, buddy. You got anything else for me? No, you don't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go down. Steven! Hi. Steven, how are you today? Alright. So is this the crypts? Or am I silly goofy? I'm doing well, Steven. Doing well. It's so warm out today. You and Kim have different name colors. Whoa, Duck, how'd you get down here, buddy? The dark knight stands in the crypt. He does not face you. You are no threat to him. Unmoving, unbreathing. Good night. I must... His armor creaks. His body moves. A voice. Soldier, well fought. Oh, against the skeleton? He holds out a gauntlet towards the open tomb. Divinity, hold ground. Feel it. This guy scares the shit out of me, Snell whispers to you. Such an edgelord. What do you mean? Feel it, soldier. A windy voice barks at you. What do you mean? Feel it, soldier. Hold out a hand towards the tomb. The string. One of utmost importance. It cradles here within this one point. The first tomb of your god. Grip the string. Come on. Hell yeah. Do so with decisiveness. There's no question of the sanctity of this place. But you have never understood it so well. Something has changed within you, and it reminds you of that cantrip you used to cast all the time. Thaumaturgy. Cast it. A power swells within you. Use thaumaturgy to unveil sacred locations around the city. Interesting. Thanks, Duck. Nickname for a warrior who fell in honorable combat and then later revived. Sort of a synonym for coward, but not necessarily. Oh, okay. Dark Knight says nothing more. He simply picks up his axe and leaves. You hear him take the stairs up to the Temple of Earth, leaving you alone in the crypt. All right. Engage. This is it. This is the first place his body was placed 27 years ago. Your lord, your master, your god, Earth. Fallen and exhumed like his city. Watch closely. This is how every divine dominion ends. The cracking of an ugly tomb. This place is still holy, consecrated. Earth's traces still linger here as it should. I need to... Maybe I need to go to the shrine and equip thaumaturgy? I need to reconsider here. Changed my color for St. Patty's, but forgot to make note of my color code for my old one. It do be like that sometimes. You try your best. Let's prepare spells. Comprehend languages. Ooh, I never saw the short rest button there before. Okay, cool. Sure there's a screenshot out there, someone you can pick color from. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe it's like a, hey, this is the new me. I'm taking a leap forward. Exactly. You feel his presence. Pick me up. Regained. Okay. Oh my god, I'm rich, dude. Where does he want me to go? Because he says it's like it's in the crypt. I'm like, what do you mean by that, brother? Alright, so I can talk. I should go talk to Lady Sageleaf about this. You approach this. Because it says, he said to me, in order to get speak with the dead. Oh, it's this one. Got it. Stone coffin rests against the wall. Of classical dwarven design used for early earth folk tombs. The lid itself is seal type, almost built into the wall itself. Rotate the handle. You grip the carved skull and twist. A soft click echoes from within the wall. Something is unlocked. Now I pull the handle. The handle resists for a moment, then gives way. Yup. Revealing a narrow staircase ascending into darkness. Oh boy. Even deeper, huh? Doom. You scared? I'm not feeble-minded, if that's what you're asking. So yeah, I'm scared. He steels himself and grips his sling. Let's go. Alright, into the dark. Ooh. Hey, let's grab this. Another shard of joy. Band-aid. Some crowns. Dude, we're rolling in it. Hello. Hello. Stepping into the hidden tomb, you see a colorful display of twinkling light through the gloomy and dusty air. An eerie altar placed on top. Placed on top, a skull and several colorful gems. Valuable, too. Like, extremely valuable, but probably horrendously cursed, sadly. The skull is a sign of death. I'm gonna grab the skull. Wait! The second you place your hand on top of the skull, the gems begin to glow. Necrotic energy fills your veins from your palm going up to your heart. Despite this, you cannot remove the palm. It is glued to the skull. Shit. Stop, cleric, stop! Scream and shake the skull. As you do, a shriek fills the air, followed by a shrill voice. Put me down! Keep shaking. After 2 more shakes, the skull pops out of your palm and necrotic damage on your flesh fading. The skull bounces against the wall before suddenly stopping midair. As if lifted by some invisible force, the bejeweled skull rises from the altar. Its gleaming eyes twinkling in the light, its jaw chattering, the noise causes you to recoil. Death. No. No way. An unending wave of dread falls upon your essence. Earth, protect me. Protect you? The goblin tries to grab you, but he freezes and groans. What the hell? Shayla! Thank you for the gifts. Up to you, Stink. Hi. Will you, Stink, welcome in? Enjoy the emotes, the ad-free viewing. Oh, why is the chat over here? Silly me. I didn't notice this whole time. It's because I moved my camera over, and I didn't think to move the chat box over too. That is my bad. Shayla, welcome in. Good to see you. All right, he falls to his knees. You barely stand. I can't move. The dread is overbearing, bro. I'm gonna die. The skull's jaw stops chattering. As the noise disappears, you feel in control once more. Slightly. You're doing a whittle lurk, but protect my boy Snell. Listen, I need to stay alive to protect him. You wake me up for some trifling bullshit? You a trifler, huh? It clicks its teeth together. I'm the cleric. Try not to puke. Cleric, eh? Actually, you know what? This guy's Scottish. A cleric of a dead god. Holy hell, this thing is terrible. Just being close to it ruins your posture. Body cannot sustain this undeath. Skull lets out a howling laughter as it shudders about the air. I am Necra Lord Bondaval. I can't do a Scottish accent right now. Punch the skull. Wait, Viskin sent me here. The skull stops. Viskin. Well, are you an apprentice? Yes? What kind of apprentice? I'm not really an apprentice. Hold on. Are you that cleric that looking to speak with the dead elf? Yes, obviously. He rattles a laugh, slowly spinning in the air. Viskin let me know about your little situation. Oh, he did? The demi-lick. Oh my god. Shayla, there's a lich. Steel yourself. The demi-lich clicks once. You're not very necromantically entangled, are you? Not really, no. Oh, I can see that. You see, I'm not just some horny wizard. The skull drops down and flips on the table. I'm a goddamned mage. You hear the goblin groaning. Trained in the arts by Hagen Dim legend, sent to fight on behalf of the greatest empire in the history of George Asprint. Necrolord is not just some title, it's a calling, a dream of undead supremacy. One day it will be reached. You're the lucky one here, for I will help guide you to a string attunement, a necromantic attunement. You'll do that for me? Of course! I owe it to Visk. Oh, wait. I lost my accent there. Of course! I owe it to Viskin for this one. For this one. My god. Well done. And for a second, I just love to spread the joy of death magic, as any sane man would. Skull is not going to kill you, but you do not have the strength to vanquish a demi-lich like this. So, later. Do it later. Who are you voting for the election? It goes against my ideological beliefs to vote. Democracy doesn't work, never has, never will. Why you say that? People are just too stupid. On average, statistically. Magocracy or technocracy might work. Hells, even the oligarchy has its uses. Just look at the Freestriders. What? Real democracy is foolish. Might help launch these other... Oh my god, my accent. Well done. Well done. Might help launch these other more powerful forms of governance into speed. I'm just going Russian accent on this one. But real, permanent democracy, a shit show. Just you wait. Have you seen real democracy in action? Somewhat. Some pre-arcanist states have had pretty formal democratic conventions established. They were eaten, consumed by the power of the magocracy. They could not handle the rapid changes and extreme strength of the more directly controlled governments. The only reason a magocratic power did not stand on top at the end of the Coast War is because Joe's inebriating ebbing. Terribly annoying. Ebbing? What? Of course. You haven't heard of it. The Esoteric Ebb. He said the thing! He's speaking of the lack of powerful magic in our world. The lack of magic. We can talk about political theory all day, but if the ebbing has not occurred, the arcanists would still be would still rule the coast. There is no argument to be had about that. I'm just going back to Russian, dude. It's just so easy. I haven't touched Ebb in a week. You gotta. It's nice when they give campaign recaps, yeah. Mage is the name from 2E AD&D before Wizard became the norm in 3, so it's a joke because he's old. Got it. Okay. I hope magic returns to what it was. Then we hold the same dream one day. One day. Some ask if this magical fading could have caused Earth's end. It is not considered very acceptable to inquire such things, but it is a fair question. I have to ask, what do you think the ebb really is? The demi-lich swirls around in the air before landing down on the altar. I say the same thing most rational arcanists say, back when it was first discovered. Jor is alive. He is haunting us, taking away what he gave with his strings, as a joke, or a punishment, or a gift. Who knows? Personally, I'm furious at him. If he is indeed still here, watching us, that's something. The skull slowly floats up into the air again, waiting for another question. How'd you end up like that? Like what? So handsome. Don't kiss ass cleric. Nobody likes that. He's right about that, usually. A skull? He goes silent for a few seconds. Clearly a rarity once you get him talking. I don't know what you're talking about. Is he being purposely obtuse? A lich? Ah, that. Long story. I've been around since the 300s. Fade era? By the strings, no, are you insane? I wouldn't be talking with you if I was a lich of the fucking Fade era. Come on, I'd be over a millennium and a half. Divine era? No, I'm not that old, come on. Arcane era? Of course, what else? Skull pauses, rotating and focuses on you. I'll talk your skin off, cleric. Please no. He clearly loves to talk. Any question he will answer. Do you have any kids? A dozen or so. Oh, really? My wife, Akalia, ex-wife, was a prominent member of the MRS Magocrat Reproduction Society. They were at the forefront of women first magics, you know, the kind of stuff that makes the whole childbirthing and or rearing business into a cakewalk. I never got along with those hags, but they did let me have 2 sons. That's something. Are you implying that sons are better than daughters? Not really. There's an argument to be made that they're much less of a hassle. But the MRS hags definitely had an agenda, you know. More girls, more members. I'm not crazy. Oh, buddy, I need to move on. What happened to your kids? I think some of them survived the fall. My blood wasn't prominent enough to be lineage persecuted among the Free Striders. At the same time, it's not like they received any inheritance. Logically, I should have some great grandchildren scattered about the Minori. I can't get this accent down, dude. Oh, sorry. What's it called now? Reeds? Stupid name. Alright, well done. Well done. Stupid name, if you ask me. They should have called it Stridery or something. That would have been on brand. Cool, that gives me a better picture of your life. Enjoy the view. I'm gonna go now. But can you tell me where to go? Cleric! So loud. Yeah, that. Know anything about the tea shop thing? Nah. Nothing. Literally nothing about any tea shop. I get updates sometimes, but I don't know. Fun that it exploded, though. I wouldn't say it was fun. Boring. It was probably a rogue wizard. Or some kind of magic item mishap. Whenever a necklace of fireballs was smuggled down from the floating cities down to the peasants, they'd always find a way to blow themselves up in the most spectacular ways. Hilarious. That used to be common. And not every day a village exploded in a fireball. Those necklaces were valuable. I need to not do this accent. But sometimes someone smuggled one away from the front lines off a factory floor. I was never into evocation magic for that reason. Too easy. I'm giving up on that accent. I can't keep it going. Tell me about Viskin. Lovely bastard. I gave him a serious case of testicular torsion once. Can't believe he ever forgave me. Pure evil. Skull lets out a maniacal laugh. Shut out of nowhere as a joke? No. We had a little war going on, okay? I just had left my position at the Fortress of Verdun. It was 30-ish years, I believe, right when your Earthfolk had begun growing quite bold up River Torna. So I decided to sneak into your city here. That's when I saw him. An old opponent, Viskin. I immediately remembered his ugly mug and his rotten soul engineering. Just how old is Viskin then? No clue, maybe 100 or 2? Either way, I decided to kill him and take his place among the mortals of Norvik. A couple magic duels and assassination attempts later, and we were at a stalemate. Although I'd considered it more as me just getting tired of hunting him down all the time, him and his goons. Our battles came to an end, though, when a local vampire started messing with us both, threatened to expose us, so we joined up. Teamed up with the century, or that decade at least. You fought a vampire together? It was an epic duel of the shadowy fades. The skull bounces around. Together, however, the vampire was easily eliminated. In the aftermath, we decided to work together. Viskin even helped me to get this sweet alcove for myself. We share research from time to time and work together to figure out the mystery of... He stops. Getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about something else. What's that about research? Nothing. It's nothing. It says nothing more. Alright, let's attune. I will attune with necromancy. I am not going to be able to do this. Skull does a little dance. The strings are always different for each school, aesthetically speaking. Everyone views them differently. Abjuration to me is steel, evocation is lightning, necromancy is flesh. Perhaps that can help. The mad Demilith offers you knowledge. You do not need it. Show him, though. Of course you can attune to necromancy easily. You're a genius. You can attune to any magic known to man or beyond. Do you remember? Yes, I remember that course in school. Yes, all clerics underwent the undeath control class. We focused mostly on hostile destruction of undeath, not so much on the management of it. But the teacher cast an animation spell to create a zombie for you all to train on. The strings, they were pale like death. Pull out a hand towards the skull. Yes, try it. He giggles in a sort of insane, creepy way. There are many strings. Twist this one. You do so. And the string grows dark, black as night. Christ, dude. Scream and convulse. Oh, gods. You fall to your knees. They are weak. They cannot help him now, Goblin. He laughs. You did something all right. Get up and groan. You tossed a ton of negative energy right into your damn heart. First time I've seen someone do that and live. Impressive. You're alive, aren't you? Not a zombie or something behind that thing on your head. I'm alive, I think. That's the spirit. Try again later. You'll get it eventually. Maybe you should rest first or something. Don't throw yourself into doom like this. Can't you figure out something to make it easier? You have to understand it better. You understand it better now that you've seen the pale string. Okay. I gotta come back to him, I guess. Jesus Christ. So I'm exhausted now. And that's great. Okay, we spoke with Bondival. We can get Speak with Dead from him specifically. Also, there's like so many what do you call it? UI things. I think we had to take the chat box off the screen. There's like so many UI things happen. It just doesn't play well together nicely. So, apologies for that. I'll go talk to the angel wife and see if she wants to do anything. She hangs out here, so she might be able to. We might be able to go talk to the elves. Cleric. She says she's still working on detailed notes, her halo spinning around her head. Oh, I can't talk to her about this. Okay, never mind. I would think that she would have been able to do something about this, but I guess not. And I can't speak to Darrow until it's late. Shit. Okay. Let's go report to Sageleaf then. I want that helmet that they have. Can I try and steal it, or do I have to pay for it? I can't trifle it. Alright. It's you! Beware of this one, she's good at getting what she wants. I would like to browse your wares. It's 300 crowns. I just want all the hats. Is that too much to ask? Alright, we have something to report. Cleric. The lady leans back on her throne. You've returned. So, about the tea shop. Well, well. Her eyes focus in on you and the room seems to shrink. Go on, Cleric. Snell takes a deep breath next to you. There was a dead elf. She lifts her head and gives you a cold expression. Do you have an identity? It's an elf. She slumps in her throne, pondering for a moment. A headache into a migraine. She groans. Elves. Elam, obviously. May their force burn for bringing such chaos to my streets. Her words strike fear into your spine. Yes. Anything new to report? The tea machine thing was active at the time of explosion. Tea machine? He exhales. The tea machine. The tea machine, yes. It was active. The tea machine, yes. It was active. The tea machine, yes. It was in the process of brewing tea. We even found some tea leaves inside. Interesting. Considering the shop was closed at the time, that is quite the clue. Perhaps this elf was making tea. Perhaps the elf expected company. That would make sense. Oh, that would make sense. One more question. What kind of tea leaves were in the machine? Snell gives you a glance. I'll show her the leaves. She takes one sniff of the dry leaves and frowns. Ukko. A Gargameshian plant. She's hiding something. Or what? Convince her that you're an idiot. Yup. Lady Sageleaf, I've come to a conclusion about the tea shop. She perks up with a grin. Speak then, quickly. It all began, now's your chance, make the most outrageous statement possible you could possibly think of, and don't hold back. It all began in the early morning on the 21st of March. Yes, when all of a sudden, come on with it, cleric. Takes a deep breath. Honestly, this whole tea shop mystery can be described in one simple term. Inconclusive. Cleric, I am only going to ask this once. Are you capable of performing your duties here? Her question comes with a tired expression. Of course I am. Snell stares at you at a loss for words. He then approaches his lady's throne. They exchange a few words between themselves. Give them a thumbs up. Sir Cleric, one of our great human lords. You say this investigation is inconclusive, and I'm inclined to agree with you. I hope your ego is chipped. However, I don't care. You're clearly either influenced by Darrow the Fool or simply an incoherent fool yourself, so screw it. While I would have been lovely, there's no need to nail Darrow to his tower of lies. This is about protecting my people. She raises a claw and all of the goblins of this garden stare in her reverence. Find the responsible party before the election. I will not ask again. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, your will be done. Bow your head in silence. She growls, good enough. She leans on her claw and glares at you. This joint venture is not yet finished. Snell, Cleric. Yes, my lady. The tea shop that blew up has been completed. You need to find the responsible party and bring them to justice. That is what you do, is it not? Oh yes, always. Good. The elf might be dead, but I'm certain whoever responsible here is not. Speak with the relevant parties, find out everything about this elf. Locate the missing witness, this Frank son of Frank dressed in yellow, fake name or not. If he can be found, you must do it. And then there's the question of the poor fool drummer, of course. You have until the election, Cleric. Be quick about it. Time is running thin. Where should I look for the tea shop owner? Who knows? He's probably left the city. Be stupid enough to hide in some corner, cowering like the craven fool he is, and find him and make him talk. Do you know anything about his dead elf? She groans. There were words of a certain elf making friends with political circles here on Tolstad. I'm assuming this is the one. I was just speaking with those connected. The Osgals for their involvement with the tea shop. Viskin for the post-mortem. And of course the corpse itself that you should be able to handle. Any more on this missing witness, this Frank son of Frank? Not much. Some whispers about a man dressed in yellow rushing downwards. Perhaps he fled into the city below. The fellow's probably dead or dying in that case. Either way, find him. That's all for now. Okay, bye. Oh boy. Alright. Quick pee. And I will BRB. We're back. Okay. Which one did I finish? Democratization. Okay, so I finished 2. You successfully spread the idea of democracy simply by asking people what they are voting for. Everyone is now better off thanks to your extremely helpful behavior. You are a hero. Am I? Hey! You've been doing great work out there. What work? Talking to people, you know? About the election, about democracy, about the future. You know what that makes you? A herald. A democratic herald. Doesn't that sound nice? Oh, I like the sound of that. Democracy. Of course you do. Look, this is what the new world is all about. People talking to each other, sharing ideas, debating, listening. Every conversation is a little spark of democracy igniting. And you're fanning those flames. So here's the thing. All that talking, it's energizing. When you engage with people about what matters, when you get them thinking, discussing, caring, it fills you up, makes you feel alive. I'm ready. That's the spirit. Welcome to the new world, Harold. Good talk. And then we've got this guy. You convinced Lady Sageleaf that you're an idiot, thus allowing you to not contradict the city's official statement. On election day, you should speak with the coin lord. He will be happy. Now for the crucial part, finding the responsible party. Who brought this necklace of fireballs to Norvik? Who used it and why? You have until the election to figure it out. Hello? What is loneliness? Excuse me? What is it? That feeling in your chest. The knowledge of lacking, of being without this thing hanging veil like as a connective tissue between others. Is it something or is it simply void? I don't know. That is true. So you come here to solve a mystery. Yet what you find is everything working against you. Yeah, it's been pretty annoying. It has been difficult, yes. Political forces working against each other's. Not in direct competition, but indirectly as the election looms over all folk. A coin lord who wishes nothing to be brought to light under his reign. A chieftain who wishes to hold her domain tightly. Caught between a poor woman and a tea shop. It's a right mess. That is very true. For you, despite these tribulations, it has proven a revitalization, a return to form. The last year has been terrible. It's been fucking awful. But now, you're on your way to handle it all, and thanks to Snell. Yes, his presence is a good in your life. He is potentially a friend. A friend. Friendship is not a necessity, nor is beauty, nor is love. They do not help you survive this world. Rather, each of those things give value to survival. So the empty hole in your chest does not open as wide as at the end of your next quest. When the silence of your tower office or room at Mom's apartment does not engulf you quite so suddenly and hastily. Remember that feeling. Then you can ask yourself another question. What is tea, really? A shifting topic again? A warm liquid filtered through leaves of various distinguished plants, only to be served to free-spirited youthful folk of common cloth. The drink of the post-war era. And then this drink explodes. It does not, however. You see, at the center of Norvik, in the middle of the chilled river Toner, sits a fortress, one filled with folk, each of them flowing through the alleys and tunnels and streets, at the center of which you find a tea shop. Stepping through its doors, you're immediately hit by a wave of exotic aromas. There are folk of all kinds debating, playing music, and exchanging ideas within these walls, stacks of newspapers thrown about the tables. Behind the counter, you see a dark, feathered creature serving freshly brewed cups. This is a tea shop. There are many like it in Norvik. There's nothing special about this one, apart from the fact that this one blew up. I used to love tea shops. It was the best years of your life. It was the closest you ever came to having real friends. Most of it spent drinking halfling tea in Vargaby. With people. Oh, shut up. They used you. Aren't you the one who was always going out about exploited labor? Well, that's you, a lonely kid tricked into pushing dwarf propaganda, that's all. It's not so simple. They were all kids. Myron, she was trying to... You don't need them. Nothing to cry over, nothing lost. Everything gained, however. If you hadn't gotten arrested, you would have not joined the Earth Guard. It was destiny, a group of Osgalas turning on each other, running to the hills to survive that. Builds character. Keep this goblin at arm's length. You don't know where he's been or what his intentions are. You'll make it as a lone cleric against the world, as always. No, don't push him away. You gotta reel him in, just like everyone else. The main problem from the beginning has always been one thing, honesty. You keep showing your true colors. Nobody likes that. Keep it friendly, keep it light. Everyone should enjoy your company. They can enjoy your company without it being a winning game, but if they enjoy your company, you win. Everyone wins, including you. Ignore this idiocy. Focus on your spells, learning, retaining knowledge, and applying it during your downtime. Become an even greater master of memorization. Tell me more about friendly company. Dal's a good person. You enjoy his company. As his presence during a breather is enough to make you feel good at heart. The feeling is somewhat mutual. Who cares what he thinks? You seriously need to learn how to make friends for real. That includes manipulating them into actually sticking around. Friendly company, during short rests, always hit roll die with advantage. Snell also gives an extra proficiency in his initiative rolls. Got it, I think. Great. I'm ready to choose. I'm going to do friendly company because it's fun. Go with your heart. You'll be a great friend. A true friend. And so you shall remain. that's right. Give me 20. Actually, no. Give me some intelligence. I need some intelligence. Even though everything is working against me. Okay. Let's see if I can go back out. Let's see if I can go back to the tea shop. Because I'm sure there's more around there that I didn't... Ooh, big bird. See, I saw that big bird and my brain immediately... I kind of tensed up a little bit because I just know that Big Bird and Dragon's Dogma means a long fight. Yeah, because we didn't explore everything here. Once there were shelves here filled with magazines. You've seen this type of construction before in other city tea shops. The main draw of tea shops is the available outlet of magazines. Pay for an expensive cup and get access to the latest stories. Win-win. Is there anything reading left? Is there anything readable left? Why would there be? Paper burns quite easily. But what if... Sure, maybe you'll find a magically fire-immune newspaper or something. That's right, you have to take a proper look here before moving on. Great, just great. Your eyes sweep over the ashy remains. Search for something. Anything. Nope, nothing here. It was worth a try. Sure about that? Clara, can we move on? I don't think the magazines are too readable at this point. Keep staring. Hello? You home? Your eyes cannot move from the pile of ash on the shelf. You're frozen and blinded. It changes. You sense it. The realm is touched by strings. Grab the string. You do so. You glimpse backwards. Your body is still unmoving. You have no control. The goblin stands next to you, seemingly so used to you acting strangely that he doesn't even question it. Snell? Yeah? I think I've encountered an esoteric event. Uh-huh. You have to save me. I'm stuck. Wait, actually? I'm dying, Snell. Help. He kicks you in the shin. You regain all senses. Freedom. Okay, you all better now. Can you try to not get stuck in esoteric events in the future? Please. Okay, I'm gonna look at something else. Alright, I'm gonna do a short rest. Okay. It's just 1 hour. And then we are gonna go to inventory. What do we got food-wise? We have a cardamom tree. You know what? What's this? A frame for a painting. The actual picture was obviously burnt away in the blast. It is iron, it remains. Look closely at the frame. Iron melted to hell, but still somewhat intact. Right, anything else? The frame holds nothing else. What sort of painting do you think it was, Snell? Drummer does strike me as the type of guy to hang a giant picture of himself. What do you think? I bet it was a painting of a door. Well, a door, like to trick people. Trick people? A very realistic door. A door, sure. Maybe we should keep looking for actual clues. Good idea. It is. Okay. Crowns. Looney Tunes ass theory. Late in the passage, the iron door has fallen off its hinges. Look at the corners, they're bent. Sure. Hell yeah. Ooh, nat 20! The Smelt iron like this to require incredible heat. Do you remember from your studies the art of the fireball spell? An awesome power. It was often used horrific efficiency in the Coast War to eliminate entire legions. But to reach degrees hot enough to soften this iron, it would have to be of a 7th level or higher. More realistically, considering how the flames have forcefully escaped from the back rooms by bending the door this way. 8th or 9th level. Look at the bent corners. It takes power to bend metal like this. It bends towards you, so the explosion must come from behind the door. Look at the hinges. Hinges are connected to the wall via thick iron nails. Interesting. This is when this was a combination of force and heat, an esoteric effect, just a spell. Alarming. It reeks.
Huh?
Broken porcelain. Damn, it's a little clump, he says and coughs a little, trying to pick one up. Grabbing the edge of a cup reveals how stuck it is. You can't move it 1 inch. Fine, I'll leave it alone. I was probably going to hurt myself. Whatever content once filled this chamber has been pushed up against the cracked walls. The dwarven masonry is damaged in various locations and every single thing in the chamber is burned. Incredible power. This is the center, but where exactly did the explosion originate from? Beware, beware. Death. Will you stop saying that? Let's localize the origin point. Of course, we're going to fail that. 6. Super sick. You're surprisingly confused. Spend 10 minutes simply looking around. Clearly damage in the center chamber, and the force obviously pushed everything out towards the walls, but no matter where you look, there's no clear epicenter. Need more time on this. The goblin groans. Nothing. Alright, we can take a break of something. There is more, far more. The fire spreading wildly in all directions. Check the ceiling. Your heart beats quicker. You glance upwards, finding the somewhat high ceiling in the chamber to be scorched, but intact. Check the iron beams. Once they stood straight, holding the ancient tunnel upright. Askew and weak, yet they still stand. Yet it's a miracle this place doesn't collapse entirely. You should probably leave. Relax, it's fine. Let's check the debris. Just a quick search reveals nothing but charred rock and scraps. Okay, well, that's probably it. Oh. On the wall, you find a row of booths. Your companion squats down and checks under the tables. Yep, it's fucked up down here too. Insightful. Happy to help. The goblin glances to the other booths. I'll look around, I guess. The militia hosed the whole place down, Snell says while lifting a coal-like wood piece. Especially here in the front. It's all sludge, going to be hard to find any signs of anything. Don't be so negative. Negative? He waggles the wood piece in your direction. Realistic. Yeah, yell if you find something. You focus on the particular booth, or what used to be one. The textiles once draped over the seating have been turned to ash and charred along with the expensive wood. Along with the water damage, the elemental forces here are intense. The stone tables remain standing for now, scorched like the dwarven architecture. Yeah, no, I'm not finding anything here. I'll check the other booth. He lifts his head and sniffs. Keep looking for now, but let's not waste too much time here. He's ordering you around. He can't do that. The row of booths that are still here, still burnt to a crisp. Okay, let's look over the debris. Alright, good roll. Lifting some of the wreckage, you spend 10 minutes searching around the crevice behind the booth until something catches your eye. Something not burned. You reach out to grab it. Melted elim brooch. It's a tiny metal leaf. It fits in the palm of your gloved hand. As you wipe off the soot, you find it in a strange condition. Its intricate design shows both value and style, but you feel a tingle down your arm. Esoterical. The tiny leaf fits in the palm of your gloved hand. A magic item. The brooch is half melted. That's a clue, probably. This magic, and it should not be easily destroyed. Hey! He jumps and gives you an angry glare. Not so loud, damn it. The goblin scoots over to you and looks at the tiny pin in your hand. Strange. Interesting. It kinda survived the fire. Bring it with. Show it to the old lady. Sure. He looks around. Let's focus somewhere else in here. Alright, let's stop investigating the booth, I guess. Daryl, we're gonna stay Looney Tunes theorizing. I will not stop. Okay. The way I didn't know you could choose feats until like almost the entire way through day 2. I stumbled upon it. I was like, wait a minute. What does this do? Oh wait, I come back tomorrow. I come back in the evening and then my spell book will be finished. Alright, well, there's only one thing really left to do. And that is try and flirt with that deer. Naturally. Hey, Rumi. Cleric. What do I know about celestials like her? Celestials are a gathering term for creatures born out of and from the good plains. There are many such creatures scattered across the coast. The only major civilization of celestials is located in Divinitorum, the Golden Horde. I should keep talking to her. Her demeanor does scream, please socialize with me. What do you think about goblins? What information do you require? Pretend I'm not here. He steps even further into the corner of the guard tower. What do goblins do here, just in general? The goblins perform manual labor such as militia duty, construction, various public services, mail delivery, and manning many defensive perimeters in the city below. Over the last decade, they have taken up near all such posts on Tolstad. He points to the angel. Right on the money. He then quickly lowers his hand as he remembers he's pointing at a literal angel. They are also overrepresented in crime statistics and several times more likely to join and form crime syndicates than the general human-driven populace across all the city. He clicks his tongue in the far corner. This appears to be primarily due to segregated housing areas, lack of access to higher-paying jobs, and general cultural elements. The goblins are a troubled yet slowly integrating part of Norvik, from what I have observed. I'd also add that those general cultural elements were fed to us directly from the Novikian education plan. That is correct. The cultural erasure of goblins was the Earth's attempt to avoid this situation. I would argue it has failed. Where have I heard this before? Sure did. Feel awkward. It appears to be a highly politicized topic. I apologize if I have made you feel uncomfortable. The goblins are troublesome indeed. Lady Sageleaf has cleaned up Tolstad, but most of your other encounters with goblins have been rather unpleasant. It's goblins. They're gonna do what goblins do. I have other non-goblin related questions. You have very cool armor. Thank you. She's welcome. No, thank you. She just keeps working. Do you sit here all day or what? No, cleric. What do you do then? When the Coin Lord does not require my services, I attend to the archives from dawn to dusk normally. Then I perform a patrol, as is described in my service contract. So, can I come with on your patrol? No, cleric. You are unable to fly, and I am unable to carry you. Her? Carrying you? The thought immediately causes you to stir. Okay, my guy, relax. Sounds fun. Those feelings are very human. My service is to the Coin Lord. Truly great woman, commendable to the utmost level. Have a good day, Ed here. Miss you. Miss you so much. Alright. It's not even that late. Oh god, why did I do that? So we go over here. There's also the Sphinx's riddle, which I still haven't figured out. Whoa, this is new. You approach the goods hatch. This is a very small goods hatch. The whole building appears to have been repurposed into a warehouse, otherwise making it this tiny would have been very silly. I don't think the free striders will be too happy with someone sneaking in through the roof. Goblin squats down and grabs the rusty hang lock. But damn, look at this rusty thing. They really don't value security here. Let's pick it. Oh yeah. With a bit of finesse, the lock cracks open. Quite literally, this rusty piece of shit won't ever close again. There we go. Great job. Alright, we open it. As you peek inside, you see a rope attached to the wood tumbling down into the open space below. Sweet. Then we can actually climb back up. Didn't think of that. Let's see how well this rope holds up. Cool. Alright, we're going in. Oh. Crate with a rhythmic thumping noise coming from inside. You approach one of the many large crates in the warehouse. Where's that sound coming from? Snell, you hear that noise? I do. Points to the side of the crate. He shows you a strange expression. Is he hungry? You know that face well. Constipation, most likely. Yeah, he wants you to open the crate, obviously. Let's knock on the crate. As you do, the drumming noise stops. Then after a short break, it starts up again. Your companion gives you a tired shrug. Come on. You get in position, you lean in, and ready when you are. Lift with your back. Your back muscles snap. As you hear that rancid noise, a scream escapes your mouth, and the pain causes you to fall. Jesus, how do you lift, cleric? Fucking hell, just let me finish this, alright? Let Snell handle the rest. Alright. Goblin puts his meager body weight into it, and despite you being out of commission, he gets the side to crack open. Watch him rip it open. There you fucking are. Drummer. I can explain. Dunk, dunk. You watch the wingless crow-looking creature scramble to compose himself. Drummer. The birdman lets out a strange throat noise and makes a series of nervous chuckles. You would have done the same in his shoes. You're not trying to leave the city, are you? No, Dunk, that's not something... He shifts his voice to a higher pitch. I would do... I'm just expecting the wares. Warehouse wares. Dunk. What's that sound? What? Dunk. That. I'm not... Dunk. Catch him in the lie. Damn it. Here we go. Set a trap and let the bird guy fall into it. So tell me about this tea shop of yours. Tea shop? Oh yes, I'm an entrepreneur, you see. Now hit him with the slam your fist into the side of the crate. You don't even like tea, do you? The bird looks visibly distraught at your accusation. You have what? It's not Dunk. Wait, this isn't a trap. This is just silly. Fraud! Point at the birdman. The bird sputters around for a moment, then he pauses and scratches his beak. I don't have to enjoy tea. I serve tea, Dunk. That's true, cleric. What do you have to say in your defense? The goblin is mocking you? Understandable. That might be true, but you... Drummer and your companion both stare at you. Change course. This is getting you nowhere. The birdman observes you in silence, then he slowly nods. The bird trusts you now. He will speak the truth. He glances at Snell. They're after me. Who is? The Free Striders and HWBT. What, because of some misrent? And why exactly? He looks distraught again. They forced me. They made me. I didn't have a choice, Dunk. Blackmail. Knife to my throat. I was trapped. They had me by the balls. You're heading from Free Striders inside of a Free Strider operated warehouse? They're scary, but not very bright. The goblin chuckles. Snell, the HWBT didn't know about the smuggling stuff, right? Not to my knowledge, no. Sounds entirely like a Free Strider extension. Why are you afraid of the HWBT? They will give me punished. They find out my little secret, Dunk. Possibly. The old lady won't take kindly to having a smuggling operation going on right under her nose. How are the Free Striders connected here? They set it up. They set me up. I had access to the secret tunnel under the temple. They forced me. I had to. What's this got to do with the explosion? Listen, I only run away to save myself. When the tea shop exploded, You knew beforehand that was going to explode? No! I was in the warehouse. Here, inspection. I hear free striders talking about it upstairs. So I hide in here, waiting for boat. To get away from this bloody mess. Turn to Snell and whisper, what's protocol now? He whispers back, protocol? If he's trying to leave the city, taking his sit reg would be a good start. Sit reg. Short for Citizens Registry, usually carried in the form of a small piece of paper, can be used to freely travel in aligned ports across the coast. I'm sure the old lady would love to have a word with him. So what's your plan now, Birdman? I will leave, Dunk. I have business in Reeds, big business. But if you leave now, you won't be able to vote in the election. Yes, that is regretfully, Dunk. The bridge stares at you, looking uncomfortable. And you're sure you told me everything you can? Yes, please. I'm in trouble, but I did nothing wrong. The goblin scoffs. Let me see your paper, citizen. The bird fiddles with his satchel. A worn piece of paper, his Claude holds it forth. Citizens Registry. Grab it. As you hold it up to your helmet, the bird makes that rhythmic thumping noise a few more times. Inspect the papers. You turn it over in your hands. The paper's thick. It says Drummer Yimling, born 010102 BE. I bet he picked 01. I bet he picked 02 as his birth year just to avoid it looking fake. You know what? I'm gonna hang on to these. I'll keep these. Don't leave the city, Mr. Drummer. Okay. Good idea. Snell whispers to you. You can always drop them off to Sage Leaf. She'd appreciate it. The Birdman looks perfectly fine with this turn of events. But I can leave warehouse? You can go. Oh, thank you. The voice sounds sarcastic, huh? The Birdman starts to shuffle towards the stairs. One more thing. I should inform you that the elf was found dead. He freezes in his step. Without looking your way, you hear him mimic a shrill voice. Not my problem. Then he just keeps walking. As the Birdman leaves the warehouse, you hear a faint rhythmic sound follow him out. Dunk. I wonder what he'll do. Is it okay to just have him running around? It's not like we're gonna have to jail. We got a jail to toss him in. Well, I mean, you do, but then you'd have to go do that. Sounds like a pain, just to catch a lying bird. Going all the way to the stockade to do all the paperwork and document all the evidence, it would take a full day if you're lucky. You believe anything he said? Sure, I'm sure he believes he's a victim here. I'm inclined to say the same somewhat. And he did not blow up the tea shop, not with that smuggling stuff going on. And that elf, his voice trails off, then he mutters a curse word. She had a connection with the Asgulls in the tea shop. She also had a meeting with the Free Striders. Feels like she's a string connecting every fucking party in the city. What a fucking mess. You happy I took his papers? Happy isn't the right word. But Sage Leaf might be slightly less pissed this way, in the short term. Having to deal with that bird sure is a headache. Cool, let's go. Alright. Another quick BRB, y'all. I'm way too hydrated. Alright, we're back. Alright, we are in the warehouse. Also, these... Why are these so tiny? You stare at the rack of hanging tiny bicycles. Some of them are very tiny. Pocket bikes, the dream of every kid in Norvik. Bikes don't seem to do anything. You want one? No thanks. I'm assuming they're broken anyhow. They never leave actual functioning pocket bikes in a place like this. Way too expensive. Snell looks around. Where's that rhythmic thumping noise coming from? Focus on that instead. You stare at the tiny bikes. Can I ride one of these things? Unless you're the size of a goblin with the reduced spell cast on him, no. You look like a jester, but not in a good way. It would be a challenge, one not worth it. Let's try touching one of the tiny bikes. A quick tap reveals the lack of any esoteric tinkle. That's probably why they're here covered in dust. Okay, well I tried. Take a healing potion. Sure. Too far away? What the hell does that mean? Enhance ability. You pick up the polished salad helm, sand flowing from its orifices. This game is so awesome. Dude, right? It's so unbelievably good. Also, how you doing? It's good to see you. Oh. There's so many, like, nice touches to it, too, that I can't get over. It's like, how do I put it? It's been like, okay, how do I put this? You can tell they loved it. The love they put into this game. This is kind of like how I want a Disco Elysium to be. You know? Anyways, it's really good to see you. I hope we're good. I hope you're enjoying your playthrough of this game. Alright. Before you move it from the box entirely. Ah, shit, not again. You see something shift in the sand crate. Not again. No. It's the sand that's shifting. We gotta dodge the sand again. Thank God. In a heartbeat or faster, you pull back your gloved hands. You watch as the sand attempts to rush forward, the shape of it like a slithering esoteric creature, and you just barely graze you before slinking back into the box. Aha! Won't get you again, you damn spooky, blood-sucking sand monster thing. And the sand goes still once more. Look at it. Nice job. But yeah, the sand isn't really sand. Good job really getting that helmet. It looks really nice. Snell rushes forward with the lid in hand. He shuts it with a satisfying thud. Good gods. I hate mosquito sand. Yeah, same. Goblin does not respond at first. He simply looks around and sighs. Be more careful. There's lots of weird shit in here. Okay, I'll leave this thing alone now. Be happy about your new helmet. I do love how silly I can be. So this is +2 dex. This is -2 dex, then +2 charisma. You know, we'll keep this on. The frog helmet was fun. And I've got the rope. I can just climb out. Yeah, but like, what if I didn't? What if I opened the door and then see where that went? Door to the port. Okay, so we found the dude. Big find on day 2. But yeah, lately we're truly blessed with games. Like, between this and RE9, like... probably my games of the year so far. And I'm playing Crimson Desert later today, which... I don't think that'll be my game of the year, just because it seems like it's... can't possibly pull off everything that it wants to do, but... we'll see. Be a very different vibe from this, though. That's for sure. I don't want to go here, actually. Oh, we got ruffled feathers. Okay, we can take root. So you took the bird's papers, made him stick around with the snakes. Sure did. Oh boy, look. It's time to establish some baseline, okay? First of all, immigration is good. What? Immigration, it's a net positive for a modern society for Norvik. Yes, it's true, but what's that got to do with freedom of movement? It's literally the most fundamental policy of the Free Strider bloc. In the real old days, the only people with resources to travel around would be aristocrats of societies. In the real early days, that'd be the top dragon servant, the top slaves. Then, during the last 2 centuries, that changed. The average person suddenly got the ability to move. On a societal scale, sure, but also in a geographical sense. Each of the Arcana splinters dealt with it different ways, but in general, especially once the Coast War broke out for real, all the borders got real tight. A shoot-on-sight type policy wasn't uncommon. And that's shit. Real shit. Agreed, borders are bullshit. Real bullshit. Let's go over the facts here. Number one cause of starvation, poverty, and economically related suffering is the general lack of prosperity. Historically, it's understandable why peasants and kings or early arcanists didn't really get this, because they just didn't have any reference point. If things were always terrible, you wouldn't even know what good is, right? Then comes industry, mass production, both esoteric stuff, access to free food, healing services, teleportation, and the fundamentals, textile factories, metal refining, and transportation. All of it giving way to an unprecedented amount of prosperity for everyone. It's like cheating in the economy. Everybody gets rich all of a sudden, even the old aristocrats. So then you have the question of nation states, of borders. You can make an argument that freedom of movement goes against certain ideas of nationalism. Sure, you can't completely lock your own people away from others. You can't stay out of the global trade. You lose that authoritarian touch. In return, you get a super magical economic boost, one that helps everyone. You know those Asgals that hate free striderism so much? This is the point where they all shut the fuck up and sit down. Because Asgalism didn't make anything better, not anywhere near the degree that opening the markets did. The solution to save the world, according to my dexterity, is deregulation and free trade. Locking down your borders, not allowing trade, people, labor, goods, and services to flow at the behest of the benevolent and invisible hand. That's literally like arbitrarily making all your people objectively less wealthy and probably a lot hungrier, just some dumb ego trip. Thus, immigration is fucking great. And anyone who disagrees is a fucking idiot. Whatever you say is good. I will now allow strangers to come live with me in my apartment. Immigration is amazing, but only for Fulcarian reasons. What's Fulcarian? We should help people indeed by sharing our wealth. Only for Fulcarian reasons. I mean, like, yeah, there are jobs to fill and people want to work them, but at the same time, it's not necessarily just only about that. Share wealth. Ew, you just make it sound so Asgalian, but yeah, I guess that's true too. Get cheap labor, they get to not be oppressed on the other side of the coast. It's a win-win situation. I didn't say that, so anyway, yeah. Making Drummer stay when he clearly wanted to get out, shit move. Just a straight up asshole move, but you can clearly learn a lot from that bird. He's got that infectious paranoia about him. Oh shit, your stomach's upset. Bird. Yeah? Bird is a survivor. That is his legacy. More than that, he had really had one hell of a way to handle himself. Ignoring the shitty escape attempt, you saw how he danced around your questions? Seriously, maybe it's a racial thing, but he read the room just as well as he recorded those voices. Honestly, both of those are damn true. Take any lesson you want from him, that bird's got game. And remember, immigration is good. Come on, relax with all the debating, focus on the choices. Tell me more about survival of the fittest. You live through it all. Advantage on death saving throws. Tell me more about infectious paranoia. Be ready for anything. The world could fall apart any second. The wall's gonna blow. Your dreams shattered. When that happens, you get ready to run. Leave the city in a crate. Ship yourself to Heishi. Whatever it takes to get away from any of those pesky consequences. Advantage on initiative rolls. Tell me more about reading the room. You want to say the right thing, right? Make the right choice? Yeah, it might help to have a quick glance around the room first. Advantage on behold checks. I think I might do survival of the fittest. You will live. Stop thinking about this now. Cool. Very, very cool. Love how whoa! There's so many people here. Potato, good to see you. Also, Vacker, how far are you in this game? Out of curiosity. Also, shout out Venezuela. Yeah. Shout out Venezuela. They beat the USA in the World Baseball Classic. So shout out Venezuela. But also just generally. Rolomatic. The boys greet you with a hesitant, collective grunt and mumble. Oh, the kid mouths and glares at you. What are you doing here? That's my question. You boys loitering here or what? Loitering? It's a meeting, an important meeting. Could you leave? Glare at him and breathe heavily. You see him nervously glance to his friends who sit quietly, attempting not to meet your gaze. It's just, look, you really screwed us over on Water Lane. We worked hard to put a stop to that illegal newspaper. For the city! You stole from them and tried to burn their hard work. We seized contraband, more like. Now, look, we're going to start the meeting. Don't interrupt. He glares at Snell for a second. All right, Norvikian Resistance members, thank you for attending today's meeting. Important meeting. Shut up, Goblin, says the lanky kid and sparks a tiny fire from his hands. He laughs. You think you look cool doing that? Damn child. The magic boy clears his throat. Esoteric Initiate Earth niece here. Oh. The large one stands up and raises his fist into the air. Sten Buskin, yes! Don't shout, the quiet kid mutters. I'm here. Roll. He gives a nervous look to you, then he mutters, Master of Whispers. Your companion stifles a laugh. I told you it was a bad title. It should be First Spy. No, that sounds like a magazine protagonist. And Master of Whispers doesn't? It was the official title of Earth Spy Master. Do I look like a master? He hisses, then goes quiet once more. Rollo awkwardly clears his throat. Also present is the visiting Lord Cleric and his helper. Oh, I'm the help, am I? Oh, please, don't react to that. Don't be such a nerd. You're the best help, Snell. Don't you worry. Give him a thumbs up. Thank you, Cleric, he says with a tired expression. So this is a joke, right? No! Cleric, we might not be many right here, but there are tons of members of the Norvikian resistance around the city. This is a serious political movement. He gives the other kids a nervous look. I mean, we're getting there. He claps his fist to his chest. Meeting begins! The large boy cheers. Sweet, when do we go home? Home? No, there's not much to talk about, right? Yeah, my dad doesn't like when I stay out like this. Come on, you guys, the election is just around the freaking corner. He says frickin' instead of fuck as a habit, not to upset his sensitive parents. And I've got a mission, big mission, like actually. Mission? Do you mean a quest? Yes, exactly, a quest. I've received word from our contact, the short guy with the weird beard. They have a fixer? Word? A letter. He dropped off a letter with the resistance seal. He smirks, half of Earth's red eye and half a shield. It's really cool. It's really not. A resistance movement member. Yeah! We don't have too much info on the other groups, but there's this guy we call Shield Guard. He's in the palace. Probably a cleric. He knew magic and stuff. They sure tell you a lot for a secret of organization. Amateurs. A halfling or a dwarf? No, he's just a short human. What are your orders? Just like he told us about the chant being printed here on Tolstad, this time he lets us know about another problem. An even bigger threat. Capitalism? No, well, kind of. Racism? No! Although hatred against humans is a big issue. Gender inequity? No! Lover's pox? What? No. The disillusionment of the youth? No. The lack of religious fervor in the populace? No, but also, yeah, no. Asgalis? No, not this time. Free Striders? No, wait, yes! Yes, it's the Free Striders. Go on. He told me that the Ascani Reeds Trade Company, that's a Free Strider company, they apparently have some very important documents hidden in their offices on Water Lane. Specifically a contract for a deal called the Harbor Accords. He wants us to... Actually, he didn't specify what we should do. He never really does. But he strongly implied that we should seize it for the state, but without being detected. Stealthily. So he wants you to steal a Free Strider contract from the company. He wants us to seize it stealthily, he repeats. Tell me more about the contract. He shrugs. It's apparently very secretive, but the contract is kept inside of the office. What do you know about the building? I heard it's guarded pretty heavily. There's like a hippogriff on the roof. Griffin, it's a griffin. Griffin is the common spelling in Norvik, although Griffin, and Griffin can appear in various places across Diminorian lands. Whatever. I don't think there's magical locks, though. It's usually hard for places with a lot of movement going on. The goblin squints. You sure know a lot about security, kid. In response, the kid looks around. My brother works as a locksmith. He does arcane locks sometimes. What are you gonna do? He thinks for a second. We just need to sneak in when it's dark, locate the safe, and crack it. It's apparently hidden behind a mirror. The info wasn't very specific, but hey, how many mirrors can they have, right? Boys silently and tensely glance around the roller mill. Like I said, Dad doesn't want me out in the streets tonight, so I'm a skip. Isn't stealing illegal? Yes, Den, it is. Don't be pussies! Their leader gives a frustrated groan. This is the real deal. We can make a difference. Rolo, I don't think it's a good idea. You know what the Free Striders do. Oh yeah, litigation. I agree, it's a bad idea. Damn it. He then turns to you and opens his mouth, and he closes and shakes his head. Sneaking in and stealing? Sounds honorable. Should you really do it if it's a Free Strider joint? Well, screw it. I'll make up some excuse. But that sucks. Unless, he says and gestures towards you, unless the cleric here wants to do it, then yeah, sure, we'll skip. Don't you guys have jobs to do? The blonde kid gives you a blank expression. He glances to his friends, who all seem to avoid his gaze before lowering his eyes. And he stares at the floor of the roller mill, he replies. As he stares at the floor of the roller mill, he replies, we're doing important work here. Should I make fun of them for being unemployed? Yeah, stick them where it hurts. So you're all unemployed? They're awfully quiet. I'm actually, I work on Water Lane on some days. The magic kid raises his hand. I used to deliver milk. It's a seasonal thing. Rolo worked at the fishery. He gives the quiet kid a dirty lick. Those assholes fired me for not keeping up a bullshit quota. So yeah, cleric, we could have proper jobs if the city wasn't so infected. Infected with what? Outsiders? Free Striders? You mean immigrants? Sometimes, but not like... I have a friend from Fordnip, he's cool. And Licky's family is Vorgini. There's a difference between immigrants and immigrants. So who are the good immigrants in this case? The types that work hard, I guess? Oh, God. Don't commit crimes? They should learn to speak Diminor, too. When they make nice food. Cool, we've got a definitive list now. Oh my God. We should have more immigration. That'll solve all our problems. He scoffs loudly. That's... No. There'd be less jobs for us Earth folk. That's not how economic growth works. Okay, maybe not, but that doesn't change what it's like for to work for the guilds today. He rubs his streak. It's complicated, okay? Norvik has always been a place for Earth conquered, been a place Earth conquered for humans. But he was also friends with lots of other folks too. So the main issue isn't really immigrants. It's more like when there's so many immigrants that the city can't really keep up with everyone. Prosperous? Stable, long-term, healthy relationships? What? No? Happy? Sure, something like that. But in the end, the Free Striders make a bunch of crowns in the city, while the Earth folk suffer. We don't like that. We don't. We really don't. Just get a job. How hard could it be? Easy for you to say. Have you ever tried getting a gig at any of the guilds in the last couple years? 70 hours a week at the fishery got me barely enough to afford rent. Add some food on top of that, and it's barely enough to survive. And they cut the hourly rate to keep up with the pressure from investors, you know, from Reeds. It's a shit show. Good luck with that. Thanks. I'll do it. I'll get you that contract. What? Awesome. I am. He stares at you. I am awesome. Yeah, sure. Don't get caught or anything. If you do, you don't know us. Sure. He nods. Good luck, Earth. Good luck. Earth be blessed. These fucking guys. Well, at least I have a quest. And not much else. Okay, well... Let's go back to Lady Sageleaf, because I think we got 2 things to give to her. Hello. Cleric. The lady leans back on her throne. You've returned. I'm here to report some things. Yes, what is it? I spoke with Drummer. He was hiding in a warehouse on Water Lane View. Did you now? She leans in, saying, and What did the bird say? She glances to Snell. We discovered an illegal smuggling operation, milady. A what? The bird couldn't have run it himself, could he? There was an undisclosed hidden safe space connected with the tea shop. The drummer used it as a storage space for the freestriders. Miranda, thank you for the 45 stream streak and the horoscope. It's good to see you. I hope you're good. I took his papers. Drummer cannot leave the city, at least not in any official capacity. Good. He might still slip on through, but this way he'll at least be easier to catch. She leans back on her throne. We will make sure to attempt to catch him. Snell, I've already sent word. We'll do our best. Of course you will. At the very least, the bird was found, and this adds to the full picture. The Goblin Queen groans loudly. Gods, do I hate the freestriders. Hand her the papers. Here, take care of them. He snatches them quickly and tosses them to the side of the throne. Good. That'll make things easier. You serve well, cleric. Goblin Chieftain gives you a wicked grin. Who doesn't hate the freestriders? A fair statement. Now what else? That's all for now. See you later. Okay, let's go this way. We still got some. It's only 5 in the game, so we got some time to kill.